I have been wanting to try full recline working. I do a lot of editing, sometimes for many hours at a time, and I figured this reclining seating would be a way to keep my focus and energy dialed into the creative work. But I'm also a huge proponent of active sitting, standing desks, things that keep our body activated, because nothing's gonna deplete your energy like bad posture over time. It's just leaky. But I was just so interested in this like full reclined. So when these guys got in touch, I decided to check it out. And here's what I learned. This is the E3 chair from HBADA. What if I wanted to have the most loungy, go all the way, have all the features and overkill, and I don't wanna spend $1,000 to get it? Full suspension of your head, your feet, your lower back. This has some added benefits of circulation, of less spinal compression. So all of that got me in. Listen, I am a standing desk guy. I'm kind of opposed to big, soft, fluffy, cozy chairs because I want us to get out of our seating posture. And also, I'm a 42-year-old dad, you know? It's kind of nice to recline. Ooh, that thing. That's not bad. I'm gonna walk you through every feature of the chair and what I learned after about 3 months of using it. But first, this episode is brought to you by Lynks, who just released their new Switchback sandal. It's an adventure sandal with a super cushy footbed that's shaped the way your foot is shaped. But it's this single piece of webbing that makes it so easy to get in and out of. You just grip it and rip it, and it's locked in on my foot. It does not slip around. So I feel like I can go anywhere and do anything with these things. Rocks, sand, dirt trails, concrete. I've been blown away by how comfortable these are. The all rubber outsole is super rugged and grippy, and the whole sandal's available in many different color options. To me, it's this wide natural foot shape, as well as the super soft foam padding, as well as the minimal strap that locks this in on my foot. That's what makes this my go-to adventure sandal right now. Super comfortable. Use the link in the description below. If I have a discount code or a discount link, that's where it will be. Get yourself something cozy and comfortable for when you're not sitting at your desk. You know, get your body moving a little bit. Okay, let's talk about the chair. Price. I'm not afraid to spend a little bit more, get a great warranty and otherworldly design. Check out my Herman Miller video that I did over here. But this also isn't like the $100, just try it out. It's more in that $400 to $500. Okay, is this gonna be worth it? So here's my take. First of all, this is not otherworldly design. This is not super inspiring from a materials perspective, but it does have your body covered. Obviously, it has a very far recline. This is something that this chair does that none of the other chairs I've ever used can do. This love handle support is very nice, very adjustable, okay? You got to get used to all these adjusts. Very much unlike other lumbar supports and chairs that I've used. Headrest is also very adjustable. You can go a lot of different directions and get this set up the way that you need it, which is important because when you're in this reclined position, I'll be honest, what you really want is you want your monitor up like this. The meshes on the main seat and back are totally satisfactory. The meshes are very breathable and you don't get sweaty. It feels nice to be suspended on this thing. The armrests are very adjustable on this thing. They go out, they go in, they go up and down, they go forward and backwards. Angled up thing, which can be quite nice when you're in phone or tablet mode. But the adjustments can be pretty fiddly. For example, on that lumbar support, you gotta count the number of clicks you like it to be at. Also on the way out, because if you come out too far, it goes all the way in and you're just like, okay, where was I? Most of the time, none of these things move except for the head. I'm adjusting the head fairly occasionally. Every once in a while you'll lean back a little bit and you'll get a little click, but for the most part it doesn't move on its own. Just as I'm moving the chair around, you get, it's like if you grab it from here and lift this up, you're like, oh crap, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you want to grab it from this thing back here when you move it around. That's where it's solidly moving from. One of the adjustments that's not here is I don't have control over the tension in that lean back. It's either all the way leaning back at whatever the spring is set to, there's no way to change the spring, or can't lean back at all. That's it. You just have can't lean back or all the way back. This guy right here fits right underneath the seat. This is what enables the reclining. And this, like I said, doesn't have this incredible high quality feeling, but it has a very rugged, simple, utilitarian. I love just throwing this thing out. And fully reclining, I actually need to pull my desk away from the wall because my feet touch the wall, so my desk's about 12 inches away from the wall. I scooch my butt back and get the love handle support right in there. I'm able to adjust the headrest very easily. Right around there. I also have to adjust things on my desk, moving my keyboard and mouse around, so you want that to be movable, as well as my screen I need to be able to pull towards me a little bit. This also makes it a little irritating when I need to do the fingerprint for the 1Password or QuickBooks, but normally that only has to happen once. Now you'll notice I've taken the armrests off of this because how I like to do it, I put my desk all the way down, I get my arms way up like this, I'm really supported. The armrests don't fit under here. They're the most adjustable armrests I've ever seen, but they don't go down far enough. So I just took them off and I haven't missed them at all. What I've noticed working like this is a few things. Number one, it is very comfortable to stay in the chair for a long period of time, maybe too long. I definitely wanted to be doing tasks on the computer locked in, not getting up and out and then back in. You kind of want to get locked in. You're definitely going to want the monitor to kind of like come up and at you. I wish my monitor stand went a little higher. I'll link below to the one that I chose because it has a stand for my computer and this. It doesn't adjust height. It just goes forward and backwards, but I'm very happy with it. I just wish I could take this whole thing and lift it up like this and get more of this in my eyes up even. I think that would be life-changing. I'm very comfortable and engaged with the work here. However, there's like absolutely no core engagement. So this stuff is just completely, not rotting, but it's relaxing. Even though it's so reclined and relaxed, you can still get tension built up in your shoulders coming up, in your neck, things that your body's already doing, however your body works, that can still happen. So you gotta relax it from the inside, let those shoulders come down, release your lower back or whatever your thing is. I do have some concerns as to whether or not this is a truly healthy position to be in. It's certainly comfortable and energizing in a way to be locked in and just focused on the pixels. But I wonder about the downstream effects of this core being not engaged at all. That said, I definitely had to try it, and now that I have, I'm glad I have it. Let's compare some other chairs here. This is the TicToc Chair, which is no longer available. Bummer, dude. From Foley, my favorite chair of all time. It talks back and forth like this, left and right, but it does not move forward and backwards, so it helps me keep my hips in alignment. I like to have this at the desk still, because it's easier to move than this thing. Not only is it easier to move, but it's also, this is like much more of like a get in, lock in, get the stuff, do the thing, pull around, get the legs up, watch out for the hard drive under the desk, push back, lock in, let's fucking go. So this chair is nicer for the locked in for longer periods of time than the TicToc for sure, but it's nice to have a little stool you can pull out when you're just doing quick work. Here's the Herman Miller Cosm chair, one of my favorite designs on a chair. I don't know why it's so good. You can watch my Herman Miller video if you want to learn more. No adjustment except for up and down, and yet it does so much that I need. It does not give me full recline, and the headrest is like, this isn't doable unless my monitor's up there. That would actually be sick. One of the best things about this chair is it's very lightweight and easy to move around. Completely solid, like one piece of material, the whole thing. Moving it around, I notice it every time. Much better than moving this thing around. And obviously this does the full recline thing, which I haven't seen on any other chairs that I've used up to now, and this is in a world of its own. So I can honestly recommend this chair and this posture for working. It's something to check out. I'm sure there's much more expensive options. I'm sure there's cheaper options. This feels like just right. I worry that cheaper than this would be too cheap. It's not perfect, but it's great. And especially as an entry level to try out this kind of position, because I'm going to be able to use this for years to come. Even though it's got its idiosyncrasies, there's things about it that I wish was more inspiring, but it does its job so damn well. And once you're down like this, you're pretty tranquilo. You're pretty like, all right, what do I got to do again? I got to write some emails. I got to write a script. I got to do some stuff. Speaking of which, maybe I'll do a little ramble. It's harder to start than it is to finish. I'm someone with a lot of ideas, yet I still find myself mostly rationalizing about why not to do that thing. There's an initial dopamine surge when it's like, oh, that would be fun. That's an interesting idea. And then there's rationalization. Rationalization is that thing that we do when we defend or justify our actions or our inaction. Rationalization to me is like a place that I can kind of live in, a rumination, a cognitive trial, judge, and jury. And this little nudge, it's harder to start than it is to finish, is a reminder to myself that, yeah, there's a lot in the way of getting started. And I don't want my life to be a series of ideas in notebooks. I want it to be some stuff actually gets made. So it's harder to start than to finish. It's not always true, but just go with it, because we're stuck rationalizing and justifying and thinking and processing until we get wrapped up in some other idea that we do the same thing on again and again and again and again, and we look back in our life and go like, what have I really done? Sometimes these accomplishments can give us some wind in our sails. So it's harder to start than it is to finish. This is hopefully an encouraging idea to fucking do it. All right, thanks for watching. Use my links below. They support the channel. Ask any questions in the comments. Subscribe, like, I don't know. What's your take on chairs? What are you using right now? I'm actually really interested in it because we spend a lot of time at our desks and in our mattresses and on our feet. So those three things are actually really important. What are you doing for your butt and your back at your desk? What are you using? Do you have strong opinions about it? Are you curious about? I'm so interested in the comments if you could tell me where you're at in your sort of seating workplace journey. Bye.